Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in-minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach. I know.
How are you?
Pretty good, other than I was having some microphone issues before we came on, but I think I figured it out.
You sound fine.
I know. I think by the time people see me this summer, I'm going to have a whole new setup. It's in my goal is to clean the office. It looks like it's clean, but it's really not clean.
Yeah, my son and wife also want to redo my podcast studio, so go for it.
I got to talk to your son about what I should get for mics, and I want to get a board. And
he'll give you the Cadillac or it's not Cadillac version anymore. What do we say?
What our generation could definitely call it the Cadillac version.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's all into that stuff. So
yeah, I would ask him what I should get.
He would definitely tell. Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway, I know what he would tell you, but I will.
You can send it to me, but that I can hook up to my computer and the mobile. Anyway, all right. So today, sponsors. Let's give a big shout out, Coach.
Yeah, coaches, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com for all of your coaching needs. Soup to nuts. We help you plan your entire season, preseason, season, and then even postseason, what to do. Full season of practice plans, drills, offenses, defenses, everything you need. Just find, search, and you'll have your entire season done. Coachingyouthhoops.com.
All right. So what's today's topic, Coach?
Today we're going to talk about creative solutions when you have limited resources. Could be money resources, time resources, space resources. As a youth coach, we're always limited in time and resources in a gym, money a lot of times as well. Equipment. Thankfully for basketball, it's not too bad. You just need, a couple basketballs potentially, right? You could drill down into even equipment for the kids, like shoes and uniforms. We can, discuss some of that. I heard one yesterday from a coach, and that's what gave me this idea. I'll start with this. The average cost in the United States for a youth player, one player to play a youth sport, and this is average, and I've heard it now. I'll give you the average range that I heard it. Heard it as the average as low as $800 and $2,000 per team you sign up for. So $800 to $2,000 for youth to play sports. That's one youth. Okay, so I heard that range, and before our game yesterday, I was talking to the opposing coach, and he was telling he never charges more than $350. I'm like, how do you do that with $350? Because you got gym space to rent, you have insurance, you have the tournament fees to pay for, etc. And he says, you know what we do is now I think it's probably a unique situation, but I don't know if we could do that here in the Bay Area. He was just outside the Bay Area. Uh, which was pretty brilliant. He encourages all the families to go sign up for their local YMCA. Okay, so they have to pay a fee there, but the kids can go to that anytime they want, right? As long as they have the membership or any other gym type where they have workout equipment and a basketball gym. And then the way he structured it was he then can get the gym space for no cost. So he doesn't have gym costs, and he can practice 2 days a week in the gym, right? The kids have to come, but they have to join that gym. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. The kids
Right.
get to work out anytime they want. They have the use of the basketball facilities and the workout facilities. The gym owner, right, creates additional revenue because
they probably get family memberships and stuff too.
That's right. Right. And then the coach gets to use the gym space for his practices 2 days a week. And that's how he manages the expense that he charges per family.
That's a great idea.
That's
about as creative as you can get.
That's one of the more creative ideas that I've heard. But talk about managing gym. Okay, you have limited time in a gym. I was talking to another coach. I said, we have 2 practices a week. It's an hour and a half each. You have to he was a young coach. I said, you have to really break the game down and do it in chunks. You can't, I was comparing it to a high school coach that's got 6 days a week. He can do an offense. He can do a zone offense and a zone defense, quick hitters, the whole 9 yards, right? When you have 2 days a week in a gym time, you can't do everything and prepare for your first tournament. And, it's got to be layered over time. But I said, come up with simple solutions. We have this thing, we call it hot potato. Anytime we play a zone. And it's not, if you ever played hot potato, you're just passing the ball from one person to the next. We stack 3 people in a line at the volleyball line, and we're just passing from one person to the other. Now, what does this have to do with being creative, managing time? Well, that's my zone offense. It's the best zone offense I've ever come up with in a limited time that I have to teach it, right? And I would say it's good enough, right, at the youth level. So you have to also just get creative with your time and what you teach and have your philosophies. You'll hear an interview coming up. Another coach had suggested just come in with a practice plan. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com for your practice plan needs.
Boom. Mic drop.
But, he was talking about, I asked him, I said, what's the one piece of advice? He's been coaching for 30 years. What's the one piece of advice you would give to a young coach? Have a plan. Come in with a practice plan so you're organized and you know exactly what you're going to teach. You don't ramble. You know how your drills and things are going to stack over time. So those are just a few tips from me that, at the top of my head in conversations that I've had recently with other coaches.
Well, I think what are the biggest obstacles and what do they have to be creative about? They have to be creative about, expenses. So I think you got to figure a way to kind of build a community.
Sponsorships too.
Yes. Right? Community, but you need to build a community of parents and community members and things like that. I think so. I mean, expense just.
How do you mean that? Yeah. For example, when you said build a community.
Well, sometimes you never know. Parents have different ways of funding things. They have business relationships. They have, maybe you're running a nonprofit, so they do ways of maybe their employer matches money for their. I mean, there's got to be very creative when it comes to that. And I think the next thing is creative space. maybe someone has a basketball court in their backyard. I mean, who knows? I mean, that's where you got to be sometimes creative as far as, maybe it's a fundraising clinic. Maybe it's something like that you could run a clinic for area kids. You could use it to find new players, but you could also use it to fundraise for the specific tournament you're going to or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think another big expense is probably uniform wise,
right.
Or outfitting them. How can you gamify that? How can you, figure a way to find cool and relevant jerseys and things, but also at a I'm sure Walmart's not a, I don't know, expensive department store kind of thing. I don't know. But trying to keep that expense down, I think, is hard. And that's where parents and community can help brainstorm ideas. Like you've mentioned a couple ideas, have a shoot-a-thon, there's infinite number of ways of being creative. I remember selling light bulbs door to door, I think, when I was a
light
kid.
bulbs.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we sold light bulbs. People always needed light bulbs.
They do.
And you show up and explain what it's for. They'll, you'd be surprised how much they'll pay for a set of light bulbs. I think it was light bulbs. I remember selling candy for Little League. But anyway, did not enjoy it, but had to be done.
I guess the message there is that, creative fundraising ideas, reach out to the community, see if you can find the local credit union that might want to sponsor the uniforms, and then you trade something, right? They get a name on their logo or email sent out to the family, and then they help support the uniform cost. Also, when you're looking for uniforms, there's a handful of actual manufacturers of uniforms, and if you can find source direct, then the cost is going to be cheaper. There's layers in between that. Then there's little shops that pop up online, or even in your local community, but they're the middleman, right? They buy from the wholesalers. A lot of wholesalers will sell direct.
Yeah. It's cutting out the middleman. Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Coach?
Yeah, coaches, just get creative. We all run into obstacles no matter the size of our program, but don't let that hold you back from, again, what are we all trying to do? Trying to make better humans, better basketball players. So get creative, do your research, reach out to Steve and I. We probably have a few more ideas we didn't mention here, that we've done over the years in being creative in the space and the resources that we have exposure to. So, and then again, go to coachingyouthhoops.com. Go check out everything that we offer there, from practice plans to drill finders to any helpful resource to get you on the right path in your coaching journey. Coachingyouthhoops.com.
All right, till next week.
Till next week.